So MRI is a highly specialized type of diagnostic tool that is particularly used in soft tissue. And if you think about your heart, it is, of course, soft tissue. And most times patients are very frail, very, very difficult to transport them. And presently, we are transporting them to Grand River for an MRI study. It's usually urgent, and when it's urgent, then they would bump someone who is here for an elective procedure, which is not ideal. And it also requires us to have the patient come to Grand River, or in some cases Cambridge Memorial as well, accompanied by staff. So, a very precious resource that we have. It's not a secret that people know that our health human resources are a bit scarce right now. So having to have multiple people accompany a patient for an MRI scan is not ideal.
So our original MRI was actually brought in when the Cancer Center was brought in, and so it's 17, 18 years old, which is past its shelf life, and it's had a lot of downtime. And so really it was either time to completely retire it or do a procedure they call de-streaming, which is spelled D-S-T-R-E-A-M. I thought there was some other, no, it's actually a letter. And what they do is they actually rip apart the entire old machine. And all that's left is this big donut magnet. And then they build a brand new machine right around it. And so, when they got this new one online back in January because of Equitable, and then with the new one coming, the plan is September, I believe, right now. It's just gonna double MRI capacity, and then with St. Mary's coming on board. And one of the really special parts of all of this is between our two hospitals, and this is quite a unique setup, it's actually an integrated department.
There is an awful lot that actually goes into an MRI suite. So there's what they call 3 staging areas. So patients are brought in, they're registered, they're gowned, they're checked for metal, then they go to the next stage. If they require an IV, then the IV will be set up. They're again checked for anything metal. Sometimes we had a fun demonstration here earlier about how a little piece of metal getting close to that magnet, it just kind of sticks to the surface. So it'll also consist of a magnet room similar to what you see here behind us, which of course hosts the magnet. As well, there is a very elaborate cooling system that's required. So an extensive renovation at St. Mary's to the tune of about $4.2 million. And then we have to purchase the magnet itself, and then all of the computer components in order to be able to view the images as they're captured. So we'll be working on direct mail campaigns that we'll be doing jointly. The actual first one is going to be mailed on April 4th, so people will see it in their mailboxes. Following that, we're also working with individuals and corporate partners to make what we often refer to as major gift contributions. So these are, again, made by the likes of Equitable and community members. And then, of course, anyone can call either of our foundations because the funds are all being sort of pooled jointly.
The best way to do it is actually a website that St. Mary's and us have set up called mrikw.ca.